everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches to come their way. It's the Titans going up against the Vikings. With that, we send you up to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis as we hook up with our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Sam Bradford quarterbacking the Vikings as the offense heads onto the field. They were able to beat the Packers behind the performance by Sam Bradford. Now, afterwards, he said after that Week 2 game, he had butterflies first game in front of the home crowd there in Minnesota.
Well, it was a big trade and high expectations. And as you said, home crowd, he did not want to disappoint. In fact, what is that we heard after the game? Someone said he played in this game the way the Rams thought that he would play for them when he was drafted #1 overall.
Almost threw for 300 yards, had 2 touchdowns as well. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. No gain on the play, it'll be second down. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Second down, Bradford. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be third down.
As a rookie receiver for the Vikings, Stephon Diggs was a big-time story and maybe a little bit of a surprise. But the way he's elevated his game and really cemented himself as the #1 receiver for Minnesota, he's been spectacular in the early going in 2016.
And Week 2 to that point, how about the game? 9 catches, 182 yards, and a touchdown.
He was one of the top players coming out of high school. College career didn't go quite the way he expected. He's making up for it in the NFL.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So on 4th down, the Vikings will call on their punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep, Mark Mariani. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans coming out on offense. The quarterback leading them, Marcus Mariota. And they got the 1-point win over the Lions. And that was the first time that the Titans had won, if you count back to last year, in 6 games when they got a victory in December.
And to go on the road and get it done against a pretty confident Lions team who'd had a great comeback win the week before at Indianapolis. So that was a huge win for Tennessee and a great performance for Mariota. The Oakland Raiders are going to visit Nashville in their next game. That's a big one for them.
Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Partner, the Vikings are off to a 2-0 start, and their defense deserves a lot of credit. Look what they did to Green Bay in Week 2. Sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times. Big interception by Trey Waynes down the stretch. And they actually recovered a fumble that Rodgers had in the pocket.
And with all that talk of Bridgewater, Sean Hill, Sam Bradford, defense just going about their business.
Mike Zimmer, their head coach, a defensive guy first.
Second down, Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The veteran Andre Johnson, the target on that one. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Offensive starters, here they are. And Delaney Walker, Charles, it's a guy that you and I said we wanted to discuss a bit.
Yeah, and we should, because remember, he came out of college as a wide receiver. So he's one of the early guys to move from a wide receiver position to tight end and still run routes as if he were a wide receiver. An excellent target.
So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
To throw is Mariota. He's going to float this. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown Titans. Their dangerous wide receiver, 85 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Offense for the Vikings coming back out there. This whole crew, offensively and defensively, got to christen U.S. Bank Stadium in a really nice way with that win over the Packers in Week 2.
And that had to feel good to the Vikings and to their fans because the 3 previous stadiums that they used for the first time as their home stadium, they had played the Packers, and all of those had been losses.
How about that? All of their home openers in those other stadiums were losses to the Packers.
Well, it is smart scheduling, though.
Yeah.
The Packers and the Vikings, one of the great rivalries in the league.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They run once more with McKinnon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys,